That was a good first game, but we got Team Athel on Team Red. Switch. We got Athel on Team Red going up as the first one for Red Paladin. Canny as a Fire Mage in the back. We got Chet's back here as an Arcane Mage Master. Look at all corrupted. We got Omega. We also got ourselves Toasty. Oh my god, we're Team Russia with Bite. We got Ganker. We got ourselves Met. We got Mova and Proxy. Proxy going up first again, like the last game. Athel is going to try to see if he can slow into Proxy. Building some resources. Proxy needs to go super hyper offensive into Athel and really force out cooldowns. But it's going to be actually a Crucible Flame going for Athel. He's playing a big versatility build. He might be big Versa today, boys. He might be. Wings coming out for Athel. Trying to get some huge damage. Going to be a leap for the Warrior. Trying to see if he can get away from the Paladin. Is that Crucible Void? Is that an Echo and Void for Athel as well? Hodge to Proxy. Does trick it out of it. Trying to continue the slows, but it's going to be a big heal for Proxy right now. With that Enrage Regeneration, Athel trying not to use Bop or Bubble for this. And Proxy is just going to continue on with the damage. Thought he might have survived through all the burn, but looks like Athaman's Echo and Void is doing huge amount of the damage. With a reset Tuesday Wednesday, it's going to be gone, but for now, enjoy it while you got it. Proxy looking just to get the hell out of there ASAP. Actually, no, this is the damage that it will be doing tomorrow, because in PvP it's reduced by 50% either way. So never mind, this is still huge. If you got to go in doing this much damage right now, it will still continue doing this much damage everywhere. It's just we'll do this much damage in PvE, but that's going to be Athel taking him down right after. That's going to be Vital up next, landing us down with a Cataclysm onto Athel, who's looking to maybe get some line of sight. Vital needs to get the Paladin out in the open, and they should be good to go. Going to be Gateway with a Succubus CC on one side, and Vital is looking to get a massive Chaos Bolt on the other. Somehow, the Succubus CC lands early, or ends early. That's going to be a Hodge out of Athel, still eating a Chaos Bolt to the face with a Crucible right after. That's going to be maybe Infernal coming down soon onto Vital. Athel doesn't really have a lot anywhere to go. Good drop down Infernal and really just pound him with those Chaos Bolts. Try to see if he can walk up to Vital. Does have himself Shield of Vengeance up and running. Infernal to follow with the Cataclysm right after. This way Athaman used to find a way to get through one of those Chaos Bolts. Chaos Bolts coming out right now. Athaman trying not to press bubble right now. Trying just to heal through all this damage. Chaos Bolts still trying to come out for Vital. Looking like Athaman just wants to get the hell away from there. Going to be a horrific Chaos Bolt right now. Is he going to be able to line it? Somehow is able to line it. What was that lag? It looked like he just teleported out of the way. That looked like it should have been a kill for Vital. Does get a short Succubus CC onto Athel. He does have the line of sight, however. Barely a line of sight. Vital can't reach him whatsoever. Wow. Athel, man. He's just lagging, man. Athel, man, is lagging, man, right now. He's going to get hit with a stun. It looks like he's going to trinket out of it. Maybe human racial. I'm pretty sure Athel is still adaptation. Unless he decides to swap out of that. Still Echo and Void pounding the Warlock bit by bit. Athel got himself wings up and running. Does Echo and Void get bugged by wings? I'm pretty sure it does, right? Like everything else? I'm pretty sure. Chaos Bolt's coming out. Athel is going to take quite a bit of hits to the face, but Vital is doing just fine. Athaman's still hanging in there. The Chaos Bolt is going to hit him. It's going to go for Flash of Light. No way to stop the Paladin for the time being. Just get healed straight through all the damage from Vital. As long as he can just stay on top of him, letting the Echo and Void really whittle him down. Maybe another set of wings might be huge. Hodge onto Vital's Chaos Bolt is going to get himself a set of wings. It's going to be Succubus CC. Does not look like adaptation is proccing it for him. Unless he is not adaptation. Maybe he's relentless this time. He could be. And a freedom for free for Athaman is going to catch himself a little bit of line of sight and heal and recover behind the pillar. And that's going to be the pet proccing out that Echo and Void. Vital not really got all that healthy. He does have a trinket. So next Hodge, he can't get out of it. He does have lots of CC to work for. Like those spheres are doing huge. They're doing a lot of work against Athaman. It's going to go for a bit of a port and get away from the Paladin. But he has a trinket to get out of CC. He has CC of his own. He needs to go for as much self-healing as possible. And there comes the first aid. Even using Crucible's defensively in order to catch up here. The dampening hasn't even hit. I think Athaman, next big go he has, he could be in a good spot. Chaos Bolt trying to hit him for free. Not gonna happen. Flashlight's coming out for Athel. Hodge on the Vital. He does throw a coil at him with a trinket to follow out of that. Hodge is gonna get some dots rolling more onto Athel. What current options does Vital even run, actually? It doesn't look like he has any that are really truly helping him win this duel. Anything that does damage. Looks like he's going to be slow as Atho is still prolonging the game. 7 minutes in, Atho, it looks like it's really not his game right now. He's been trying to hang in as best as possible. Looks like Dig building up dampening for the rest of the boys. Chaosbolts are going to be coming up for free for Vital. Chaosbolt versus a Flash of Light gets him super critically low. Just a few more globals out of the Warlock, and down goes the Paladin. He's going to go for a self-heal with the Crucible, with a Succubus Corruption. Oh my god, Chaosbolt right after it with a Cataclysm, and down goes Asda. He tried to make it work, but it looks like the Paladin versus a Warlock. Cooldown for cooldown. You can't deal with a Warlock. Omega is going to have to go next as a Feral Druid by the looks of it. Is going to get a stun onto Vital. He tried to summon a pet. It's actually got himself a pet that was stunned in the opener. Throwing a horror effect at Omega. That's going to be Death Coil just out of the bounds for now. Vital is going to have himself quite a game. He's going to swap out for the Observer so he can get interrupts on the self-kill cast for Omega and maybe even take away some of the procs that he gets. No, he's actually going to stay with the Succubus. It looked like he was swapping out to the different pet, but it's going to be a lockout with a Skull Bash onto a Fear for a second, and Vital is going to punish Omega with Chaosbolts and CC right after. This man is just going to have to go play him very defensively in order to make it out of this duel. 8 minutes in, 42% dampening. He is actually swapping out to the Observer. I don't understand why Vital and why Warlocks like to play Observer versus Ferals. The only thing I can think of is when a Feral does run away to go for a regrowth, you can interrupt those. And any instacast heals that Omega can get for himself, the Observer can remove him like once every 15 seconds or something? 20 seconds maybe? So maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's enough for a fellow to want to use a bash onto Vital as Inferno comes down. Omega trying to pre-wall this damage, and that's going to be a Fear instead. Vital can still go for massive Chaosbolts. That is going to be walled down, so it's a freebie Chaosbolt with a Death Coil to follow. And he's trying to get a gateway up and running, trying to port and chase after Omega. He's going to hit him with the Crucible right after. Omega is having to run along the long side of the pillar. Barely any health left, and down he goes. Just a few more globals needed for Vital, sniping out Omega. Who's next? Is it Chet's? It looks like it's going to be Chet's, the Arcane Mage, Dream Boy Master McGee, the third, the fifth, and last of his generation, versus Vital, who's just going to go to the other side of the pillar, just chilling. 9 minutes into this duel, only a third person for Team Red getting to play. After Atho have had himself a relentless game versus the Warlock, but it looks like the Warlock does snipe him out. That's going to be an interrupt onto that Chaosbolt. Chet's actually waiting for a moment. Got himself some Kodas, but it's going to be a Warlock gateway for Vital. Chet's does have himself the massive meme beam coming out of nowhere. The second meme beam. It looks like he's not actually getting any kind of healing from his instacast anymore. Going to be 41% dampening rolling up. Trying to get whatever healing he can. But barely any is happening right now, dude. Actually having to go for Mage Foot. Is this a perfect opportunity for Vital to maybe close the gap? I think it might be. It's going to be a rain of fire from one side. And this coming out for Chet's actually still next to the pet. The pet knows exactly where he's at, but they walked away for a second. You smell him. But then he just straight up walked away. Vital mounting up, trying to see maybe be able to close the gap. Not having access to his gateway is going to make it harder for him. Chet's needs to make sure he interrupts the right ability here. He's going to try to see if he can get some range into Vital, trying to go for a bit of line of sight. That's going to be a stun with a Cataclysm around the corner. That dot is going to burn for quite a bit. That's going to be temporal. Vital could use the pet in order to eat away the temporal. I don't know if he did or didn't. I guess it wouldn't really matter when you're using it just on a dot. Going to be a Nova onto the pet. Chet's actually going to get line of sight of the pet so he cannot get interrupted. Horror effect onto Chet, and it's going to be interrupt onto the Chaosbolt. Chet surviving that. Chaosbolt, I don't even know how he's doing it. It's going to be instant cast for Chet right now. Trying to go for as much damage onto Vital. Looks like he doesn't have any procs. And that's going to be Ice Block as the Chaosbolt gets cooked up. And that's going to be a bit of that Arcane Missiles onto Vital. Still not trying to cast and continue casting and channeling those abilities so he doesn't get locked out on Arcane. So he still maintains the mobility he needs. But Chet's looks like he's going to be behind a little bit. The Infernal and the pet both rooted. Going to be invis for Chet's. Could maybe go for some damage. Freebie damage onto Vital. Is going to get those Arcane Blasts in there. Doesn't trap them on Shadow. Chaosbolt is going to be for free. That's going to be temporal up and running for Chet's. Trying to go for invis. Trying to increase the damage reduction he has with that invis. And Vital setting up himself another gateway. It's going to be some Arcane Missiles for Chet's. Get a hit with a coil right now into more dots out of Vital. Does get a slow root onto Chet's. And a Drain Life is going to try just to sizzle away at him for a little by little. Chet's might be able to get some damage. Arcane Missiles coming out. Does get a trap on the Shadow onto Vital. I try to land aside. The Chaosbolt does get the land aside, but barely any health left on the Mage. And I think he might be down for the count. Going to be a Breath of the Undying burst to finish him off for Vital. So far, man, unbeatable. But Tosi's up next. Playing that Affliction, however. Look at that Affliction Warlock play, man. He got himself the intro pet, so he might be able to deal with Vital. All Vital needs to do is intro Toasty on Shadow, and you'll be good to go. Does get an interrupt on the Chaos Bolt, actually. And that's going to be Dots' Vital. If he doesn't go Drain Life right now, he actually was going to lose. He got a Death Coil in the pet, just so he can get himself whatever healing he can. At 55% dampening, does Drain Life, wouldn't even do it. All Vital needs to do is get some dots into... All Toasty needs to do is get some dots into Vital, and he'll be good to go. Going to be the pet getting banished, so he won't be able to use the interrupt of it. Toasty trying to go for a little bit of damage. Wall for Vital right now, trying to get some Chaos Bolts into Toasty, but that's going to be Reflect for Toasty for a second. Does get hit with a Fear. Summon Observer coming back out. Vital already has dots on him. It looks like he is going to go down. Toasty taking him out. Vital, after pounding and fighting through all of Team Red, the only man that ends up making it out alive is an Affliction Warlock. Just needed a little bit dots. We'll see how he goes against Nomova. As long as he maintains the dots and gets some good procs out of it, it should be in a good spot. Going to be banished onto the pet immediately with a Reflect for Nomova. It looks like Toasty was going to go for a wall here instead, just trying to tank up. Trinkets out of that Fear. That's going to be Infernal coming down. Needs to avoid this Chaos Bolt as best possible. The Horror Effect is going to run him away. Could that be an intro by the pet? Does not go for an intro by the pet. Going to get a Death Coil rolling onto Nomova instead, getting interrupted himself actually. And Nomova getting a Corruption proc. That's going to do quite a bit extra damage. Toasty does go for Reflect. Nomova, I think, reflected the Chaos Bolt back at them with Wall up and running. Going to be Darkly up and running for Toasty. Doesn't have a lot of health to work for. Has got himself drained life, but that Chaos Bolt is going to eliminate his life. Very unfortunate, man. Vital set himself up in such a good playstyle, and even no matter how much Toasty tries, Nomova just obliterate the man, but barely any health left for Nomova. Candy should be able to take him out in just a few globals. This is going to get a breath into Nomova. Trying to go for a fireball. Actually getting interrupted on the fireball, dude. I thought he hit the pet too and everything. Nomova at 65% dampening. All you can essentially do is maybe try to get some CC and get some cooldowns out of Canny. Essentially, is going to hit him with a coil, maybe a Fear right after. Is going to try to hit him with a Fear. Can he actually trinkets out, not trinkets out of it, but gets out of it pretty early on. Breath onto Nomova. That's going to be a big old meteor down onto the Warlock. Looks like he might be done. Kenny actually took quite a bit of damage in that exchange, though. And with dampening being basically super high, healing is going to be almost non-existent. Looks like Ganker is going to be up next. Kenny has only a handful of opportunities to really get the kill onto Ganker. Is he going to be able to do it? Garou cheap shot to follow. Kenny locked out. Needs to get a breath immediately. Kenny shot to follow. It's going to be quite a strong set of dots rolling by Ganker. And Kenny looking to land a polymorph. Mally rolling into Ganker. Oh, whoa. Mally rolling onto Kenny by Ganker. Ganker throwing that Mally at the mage. Cauterize proccing. But it doesn't give him any healing. It actually was one of the higher versions of the Cauterize, and down he goes. Unlucky. Unlucky. Wow. All right.